So have you ever wondered how to get property investors for your sourcing business or your brokerage? Now, if you were like me a few years ago, I was struggling to get a successful investor, or anytime I got an investor, it was someone that was very unserious. They'll say they want the deal today and then tomorrow they'll drop out. Now in today's video, I'm going to show you how I've been able to generate over 5,000 investors in the space of a few years for my property sourcing business. Now, not only has it been 5,000 investors, but it's been 5,000 qualified investors who I know are ready to take a deal whenever I send it over to them. So the first method is through using online platforms. Now, social media is a really good tool to use when it comes to getting property investors. Now, if you go onto platforms such as Facebook, you'll see that there's hundreds and hundreds of property Facebook groups. And within those Facebook groups, there's at least 20 to 30,000 members in each group. So when you do the maths, that's hundreds of thousands of people that you can reach out to become potential clients. So with that, I have different scripting and different messaging in which I use to attract these clients. A lot of people in these groups, for example, tend to put their criteria. They tend to comment under other deals where people are hosting in my chosen area. I wanted to specifically work with bankers. So I was able to now target bankers working in London within a certain role in the banking industry because I knew that they'll have the money to buy the type of property that I'm sourcing. So this is like another good way which you can use through LinkedIn and other platforms online. That's the first method, social media and online platforms. Now, the second method is through having a valuable lead magnet. Now, this kind of ties in with the third method, so I'll put them together, of using online paid ads. Now, paid ads is an amazing technique to get more investors because you can now target a wide range of people, from people across the country, from people to a specific town. Paid ads is absolutely amazing. So you can make other types of lead magnets, such as methods of investing, methods of financing, why you should avoid this area, mistakes you're making, when to buy in this area. All these things are going to now allow you to create trust in the marketplace, and then people will now work with you to find property deals. Now, third way is through SEO and having an optimized landing page. Now, as you know, a lot of people use Google to find out on property sources, brokers, or even to look on Rightmove, Zoopla for potential properties to purchase. Now, if you have an incredible SEO landing page where it's optimized for conversions, you can now allow people to search out, for example, property sources in London or property brokers in Kent. And then if people are now seeing your page straight away and it's optimized to convert people from a lead to a client, that's going to now allow you to bring a lot of traffic. Each month, I get hundreds and hundreds of investors looking at my website, and which I can now convert into potential property clients. So, and number 5 is content. I'm sure you guys have seen the likes of people like Ryan Serhant. They've got millions of followers just through posting content about real estate. And that's something that I'm looking to double down on as well. But posting content online is going to now allow you to attract a lot more investors for your property business. I've got one mentee who recently posted a TikTok about why you should invest into leads. And from that one TikTok, he got 3 clients. And a very important thing to mention when posting content is don't mix likes with actual results. So for example, some of my most low viewed videos have brought me the most money because the quality of leads that it has attracted has been incredible. Whereas in comparison, some other videos have generated thousands and thousands of likes and views. However, they haven't converted as well due to the type of content I posted. So when it comes to social media, as long as you're very intentional about the content you're posting, this will allow you to create authority into the marketplace, and then people now come and approach you for property deals. So number 6 is by hosting events / attending networking events. So as you guys know, I run something called the Gen Z Club where we host many events across the UK. And I remember one of our first real estate events, we had over 500 people. And from that event, I probably got at least 30 investors added to my email list because again, people saw me in person, they knew I was the founder, and again, it created that trust. So you guys can create, for example, an online webinar saying, okay, cool, here's a masterclass on how to invest into Leicester, or you can attend networking events in Leicester or in Birmingham, whatever your chosen area is. And again, from that, you can make those connections. Now, one thing that I've noticed is that people really tend to take you more seriously when they see you in person because it's more so the trust. I think online, everyone's seen to be a property sourcer, but actually in person, when they can see what you're about and you present yourself well, they're more likely to trust you. Again, some things I did at the start, I don't do as much now due to the development of the business. But when I first started my property sourcing business, every single week I was going to a networking event and I was always aiming to get about 10 to 20 new investors. Again, just adding to my list, which again helped me to build the pipeline of property investors on the list. So that's like my 6th method. Going to networking events or hosting your own events / webinars. Now the 7th way is through leveraging referrals and affiliate marketing. So as you guys have seen through previous videos, I like to work with a lot of companies and partners who have my potential clients, or I work with them where I have the deal, they have the investor, or they have the investor, I have the deal. So again, similarly with me and my mentees, a lot of them are finding amazing property deals. They know that I have a lot of investors, so we work together and go 50-50 on the deal. Alternatively, I might have amazing deals, send it out to them, they've got investors, and we go 50-50. Now, me putting this in place allows me to leverage other people's network to now get the deal across the line. So now, another good example of this is that recently I had a client who was looking for a property to rent in central London. Now, there's a group chat I'm in with other property buyers agents and brokers. I literally put the criteria into the group chat, and within 24 hours, I got 3 viewings for the next day. That client went on to rent the property at over £8,000 per month just for that rental property. And again, that all happened through me leveraging my network. So that's like a very, very, very key tip. And now onto the 7th method. Well, this isn't really a method, it's more of a tip, but it's to provide extreme value to your list. Now, again, what people make the mistake is just thinking that anyone's an investor. But there's a key amount of questions that you've got to ask them to make sure that they're qualified, such as where they're looking, the types of deals, what are their expectations, what are the financing options that they're using, do they have any previous experience? All these questions are going to now allow you to see who's a real investor or who's a time waster. Now again, there's other things you can put in place, such as collecting deposits, make sure that sign an NDA contract, just so you can allow your investor to understand that you're someone who's serious and ready to go. Now on top of this, when you're now having these investors, it's very void just having them sitting there doing nothing. But if you can now create yourself an email list or WhatsApp group or a Facebook group with all your investors in there, this is now going to allow you to target them at a larger scale. So for example, as I mentioned in previous videos, I send out weekly value to my investor list, and now that way they're all getting nurtured constantly. That way, when I do now have a deal, they now trust me and they're able to act quick. And that's why it's very important to train your investors, because a lot of them will now waste your time and be like, I'm looking at other deals. But if you can show them that, look, you've got an amazing deal, but you've also got other people looking for the same deal, that's going to allow them to act with more urgency to get a deal over the line. So it's very, very important to nurture them at every step of the process, from when they become the first lead and the first interaction to them finalizing the deal. Now, the final tip for everyone is to use social proof. Now, as I mentioned before, we are in a trust recession. No one's really trusting who a real legitimate property source or broker is. A lot of people will try to find their own deals themselves. But what you can do, which has helped me a lot, is to post testimonials. Anytime you source a deal for someone, show a picture with their permission, with them collecting the keys, or messages that they put, or even getting yourself on Trustpilot, reviews on your website. All these things add credibility. A lot of these potential clients need to see multiple touch points as to why you're someone that they should take seriously. So having this in place will allow you to build more trust, and then people will now work with you without any hesitation. Again, this is like something I've added to my business. When I first started implementing testimonials, I feel like my conversion rate shot up massively. And that's something that I recommend with you guys too, especially when I was young, right? And I'm still young now, but when I started my business, I was very, very young and no one really trusted me. But when they saw testimonials, when they saw the content, and when they saw all these different strategies working together, it made them realize that I was the go-to person for them to work with. So having that is very important. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is just like a quick summary as to the 7 methods that I've used to gain over 5,000 investors, and how you can too. The main things I'll say is be consistent, provide the value, and make sure that you're always over delivering from the client. If you guys enjoyed this video, as always, please like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and message me if you have any more questions. I'll see you guys all on the next video.